Jessica from Tencita Johnson. Thank you for watching our 2 days tutorial where I'm going to explain you how to create this fancy Viking ponytail with a 3D round braid. Please subscribe to our channel and press the notification button so you won't miss any new tutorial. For Little Blondie's braids, we created this special ponytail for her Feet Follow Wednesday. Let's get started. I prepared already lace braids on the top and Dutch braids beneath. The Dutch braid section is a bit thicker and I added in here the hair from both sides so that the braid will be in the middle of the section, and to the lace braid just adding in hair from down. On both sides the same. And it's important to start with very tiny sections when you start the lace braid in the front. Bring down the top section hair, comb it through and section off a tiny part of the front hair. You have to section this part now into 4 equal strands. So I parted in the middle and then each strand again in the middle, so I have 4 equal strands. Now we start the 3D round braid. Bring the left one under the first neighbor, under the second neighbor and around the second neighbor. Tighten all the strands together. Bring the right one under the first neighbor, under the second neighbor and around. And then pull so that the braid is nice and tight. Add in hair. Taking the comb from the left hand side. Don't take too much hair at the very beginning, looks always neater when the strands are tiny. Bring it under the first neighbor, under the second and around the second. Use your fingers to separate each of the 4 strands. Add in hair to the right. Bring it under the neighbor, under the second and around the second neighbor. Tighten the braid. We add in now hair again from the left hand side. Join it together. Should be smooth. Under the neighbor, under the second and around this second neighbor. Tighten and separate with your fingers. Adding in hair from the right, smoothing it out, bringing it under the first neighbor, under the second neighbor and around. This movement is absolutely repetitive and you have to be patient because it takes a time and it needs also some practice to hold the 4 strands tight. Just remember to add in hair to go under the first neighbor, under the second neighbor and around the second. I will speed this now up as this braid takes a bit longer time than a normal Dutch braid, for example. So you see I'm always doing the same. The strands also are more or less the same until I reach until the end where the 2 lace braids are coming together. When you reach to this point, you will start to pancake. Before I make the braid bigger, I always add a bit of hairspray, like here from L'Oréal-Paris, and then I start to pull out from the outside to the middle until I have all around the hair or the strand from that section more or less 3 times higher than the braid actually was when I braided it tight. Pancaking generally takes a lot of time and needs some patience, so Don't do it in a rush. Make it bit by bit. Don't over pull because it's hard to correct then later. With the 3D round braid, you have 2 strands on the top, and on each side, under those 2 top sections, you have another strand that you also will pull out. You will see now, when I turn her around, better the section from underneath. Like I said, please take your time. Don't pull too much. Like I said before, it's always difficult to correct when a strand is too much pulled out. Here from the back side, you see that I pull out the strands on the top and those layers that are beneath the 2 top sections. Do the same, like always when you pancake, bit by bit, strand by strand, until you like the result. While I'm pancaking with my right hand, I'm still holding the 4 strands separated with the fingers in my left hand. So when we are happy now with the result of our pancaking from the top, we keep on braiding in the same way I explained it before, the rest of the ponytail. So bring the right strand under the first, under the second, and around the second. And now under the first neighbor, traveling to the right, around the second, under the first, under the second, and around the second. Under the first, to the right, around the second, and again, until you reach to the end of the braid. When we reach to the end, we're going to pancake the whole braid again. The whole style takes its time just because the braid is a bit more difficult to do and takes more time and more steps to do, and because of the pancaking. So definitely not the style that I would recommend when you're rushing in the morning. When you make tight 3D round braids without the pancaking, you save time and you can prepare them in the night when you use some gel or some hairspray and you braid into wet hair, then it will last over the night probably. You could try that. Pancake until you like the result and you have a fluffy, fancy braid. When you're done, take a little elastic, tie it off, and I'm leaving it here open, taking a bit longer strand, just some hairs, bringing them around the elastic and then through the elastic so that actually I do not really see it and it's covered up. You see? Now the rest of the hair we will pull into a ponytail. Bring in the 2 Dutch braids from the sides and the lace braids and make a tight ponytail. I didn't do it too high so that the 3D Dutch braid will easily go over the ponytail. Cutting off the hair ties that are holding the 4 side braids. Pull them up and cut like this. You make sure you only cut the hair tie. Then I'm covering the thick elastic with a topsy tail tool, bringing a strand around. You will do this twice Now again, when you tied the 3D round braid over, take a strand that is thick enough to cover up all the elastic, bring it through the topsy tail tool and hide the end inside of the ponytail. And this is our final result. I really hope you like our new tutorial. If you do, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and for more inspiration you can follow us on Instagram or have a look to our Facebook page. All the links will be in the description box. Thank you for watching, and like Sita shows us here, time is money, so have a nice day and see you soon. Bye bye.